But they can say resistance, 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 price break, try for break, resistance, finally break. Once it break, then we'll go over to this side. Price not price break, shoot all the way down, and now it's coming back and week out at one at 11,500. So I mean, yeah, like. So now that its price is at 11,500, what we can do is to either wait until price actually fully touch 11,500,
Yeah, and see if it
like
will
when
go
it
to the
fully touch
upside.
500, and then the next day profit would be, you tell me, if bank trades in whole number and this is level 500, where would the next day profit would be?
Let me see. 500. Um, bro, move them green thing there. Just zoom in, bro.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Alright, so if it does take the level 500, what happened to your screen?
I'll try to
I'm
close it.
looking at, I'm looking at 11800 perhaps.
11800. So I remember the support and resistance is always round numbers. Remember, like any other pairs, like for example, Euro USD, the support is 1800, then the resistance would be 1.18500. You get me? And then 1.1900 because it go up by 500. So I always remember that banks like to trade on even numbers or round numbers. So for this, if the support area was 11, Alexandra, if the support area was 11,500, that means the next day profit would have be 500 more to that. So that would be 12,000. You get me? And then
Oh,
12,500 and then 13,000. You see me? Below 11,500 would that be 11,000, then 11,500. So below that would that be 10,500. So the banks them always like to trade with round numbers. So don't make any pair or whatever fool you. Just always remember say the banks trade at round numbers as their major support and resistance, but the trade might create structure while it's dropping or while it's rising. So
true.
for you saw that the price created a structure at 11,800, and you weren't wrong because when price was dropping, price come all the way down here, so start week out, come up and then shoot down, and then retest there to confirm that area now as resistance, and now it's coming down to 11,500. So we should see something like this, and then probably like this, and then break, and then retest to continue upward. So that's it. But the next day profit for me would be 12,000. Is 12,000 would have been the next day profit for me because the banks trade on raw numbers. And then the next one would have been 12,500. You see me? 12,500. Boom. But in between 12,500, you can have a minor resistance, which is 12,250, because half of 500 is 250. And if you look,
Uh-huh.
price got exactly where 250 was. See what I'm saying?
Whoa.
See right there, sir? Price go 12,250. So price created this head and shoulder pattern and then drop. Retest 1,200, 12,000 as a resistance and continue downward. So that way if I always do it by all of the pairs, just do it as 500, 500, 500 because that's how the banks like to trade it. As in, except gold. Gold is 50. So you have 1950, 2,000, 2,050, 3,000. You get me? And in between the 50s, half of 50 is 25. So you have 1800, 1825, 850, 1850, 1875, 1900, and you continue to go up like that. So always remember you have major and minor structures, major and minor key areas, major and minor support areas. So yeah, and then price don't have to actually touch the support areas. I always remember that even though the support areas are like this and the banks like to trade, come on for that, and banks like to trade in round numbers, remember that support and resistance is a area. So price can
Yeah.
do whatever in that area. Price don't have to touch exactly the line or the number for it to be say or for we to say yeah, no price to touch it yet, so we're not going, or yes, price touch it, whatever.
Yeah.
Because if we look at price, just pure price, you realize this week almost touch it. It come in the area of 12 of 11,500. You get me? So I mean,
Yeah.
it's still the same. And if we look previously, you realize that price can try to push higher. So even if we push it up right here, so where the last high where the price make right there, so in that area, you realize the price consolidating in that area as well. The price come up right there, so come down, start weak out, and then shoot up, and then come back and start consolidate right there. So again, so I mean, your fundamental is still the same because price always respect the 500 areas, 11,500 and 12,000, and then 12,500, and they have in between. So most times when I do the one-on-one sessions, and people I say, "Oh, you know the support areas," I say, I never guess. Again, at one point, me usually guess just like we do. Like 800. Me don't know which part. But you see, one thing, as a trade with the banks, that's the way how you have more pips. Because if you look on the report so far, we have 800 pips and lose on like 100 or some place. Because this is what we do on every single chart. If you see me pull up a chart, every single time I have it line out like this 500, 500. I have it line up on all of the charts there. Unless me not trade that period there. You see me? But I have it on all the charts. See the 1.35 and then I got 1.35, 500, whatever, whatever, whatever. So I always try to not really trade GBP, JPY that much. So that's why I'm not really have a mark on this. I'll see there. But you see, you have 1.35, 1.40, 1.30. So 1.30, 1.35, 1.40. So as you can, so align with that. So I'm actually right, much mark it up. So yeah, so that's good. We'll mark it up. But we just remember, so GBP, JPY, the pips, them different. So that's why it kind of wider. So if you look on GBP, JPY, it trade from levels. So that's why all you need to do is to put the levels on your chart. Again, man, put the levels on your chart. Which part price then now? If price is in the middle of the levels, don't trade it. If price reaches support area, then you look for buy or you look for sell if price break the support. If price is at the resistance, then you look for sell or buy if it break the support and confirm. So when you look, you realize pause breakout, price should come all the way down. You get me? So stuff like that. If you look right there, so as you can see, me did one-on-one yesterday. So that's why I'm chatting. But if you look, price actually reached close to 1.40 area, boom, shoot down. You see me? Shoot down, create this higher low, and then create a farmer W, and then shoot go all the way up. And then if we zoom all the way out to the monthly time frame, you realize that price is in a descending channel. You get me? So price is in a descending channel. So we wouldn't be looking for buyers at this time. We kind of should be looking for sales on GBP, JPY.
Uh,
Your time to share. I want you to find a random pair and just pull up an analysis and do an analysis live, so we can see if you kind of get whatever.
all right, cool, cool, no problem, no problem, no problem. That's true. I was looking at this reaction here as well.
So going back to
I
what
was
I
like,
told you, with
oh yeah,
major key areas, what was the thing that I said that after I say this is a support area that the bank trade on. I draw a rectangle around the major areas and say
yeah.
what that
And
you
then now
have.
you have the, and then now you have your say a minor key level areas.
No, no, I say something before I said that. So
What?
for example, I said something before that. So the key area is one this is 130, what 132 500, right? But price never touch 132 500. Me did say something when me did I show you my screen.
Oh,
Say
oh, yeah,
we
yeah, they
draw a
say.
rectangle
Yeah,
and
yeah,
price don't need to touch it. It just needs to go in at the area because it's a key area and not a
key
key
area.
point. However,
Okay,
sometimes price will touch the area because it's a
okay.
major area. So even though price don't touch it now, it can still shoot down and touch it. You get me? Because this is just creating a lower high. So that is a lower high right there,
Oh,
and now price might actually touch it. So sometimes when price come close to there, it might actually just go up, like do a little retracement because it actually just drop.
well on there, well on there, well on there, well on there. And the thing
Trading
is
right.
that with my knowledge of order blocks, check this out too. Oh my god. Like this is the order block right here, you know. This is the
What the
order block
small and then
here.
a bullish engulfing candle?
Yeah. and it touched
It
the
line
opening
exactly
of
of it.
oh
And that setup is actually a good setup where you need for where most people like to trade. That is actually called a, let me double check. I'm not telling no shit. A name bullish.
disgusting. Go ahead.
I can't find it, never mind. But basically what it does is that there's a bearish candle, then a confirmation candle, and then a bullish candle. So a bear, then a confirmation, and then a bullish candle. So it's a three-way candle setup. Is a signal. So that right there, you see that there was a bearish candle right there. Then that looked like that was a what, a pin bar, yeah, and then you see one bullish engulfing candlestick, and then we see one hammer or a shooting star, and then one doji, and then it just continue go up. So basically that block, what you call it, I don't know what you call it, but are the same thing. But my
That's it.
definition is major key error, draw a rectangle around it, and when it reach that area there,
You
something
just
done.
oh I me say me can cause me no want sink it in my head, you know. Me
Yeah
no
man,
want be
yeah
like
man, yeah man, yeah
me
man.
no want me no want be like a bud brain like
No man, you're
CJ.
good, bro.
You see me? So here we're going now. So after 3500, after the 3500, you should have 136 flat.
Boy,
What?
you want
What?
some hot water to drink?
Oh, yeah, stop.
Focus, focus.
No, no, no.
If you look back on my trading view, try to remember, you realize that's why, yeah, you're not keen, when you watch. So if you notice, my major areas are one color, and my minor areas is a next color. My major areas are always orange, and my minor area is white. No, other way around. The major is white and the minor is orange. That way, I put out my major areas first. So 130, 135, 140. That's your levels right now. So on this chart, you're supposed to have 130, 135, 140. Halfway between 130 and 135 is 132, 500. Halfway between 135 and 140 is 137, 137, what I got? 137, 500. I say go 137, 500. Half of that gear that. If you add 250 to 135, yeah, 137, 500. You're right. So you put 137, 500 and 140 on your chart now and tell me what you see.
137 500, 140. Yeah, I'm trying about 140. It's like when you're learning something for the first time and you get it, but it's like your brain just going to overload and like
Yeah,
shit.
man, you're good, man. You just want to try to get it one step
Oh, 140. All right, so that's 140, and
forward.
then now you say 137.5 because we're going up by 250 each.
Correct. In the
All
in the
right,
middle of the majors.
all right.
You can change the color of the line, for like draw a rectangle on it. You can change the color of the line.
Anyways, yes. Right, nobody tell me for clap here.
No, no, no,
Yo,
no, no, no. But like,
yo.
I feel like that would have been easier, especially this is a white chart. You could have just put like the majors them in a orange, and then like the minor one them can stay in a black. You see me? Or whatever you want to choose it, whatever.
Okay,
But
okay. All right.
sorry, continue.
Oh, oh my God, this is so cool.
It is, bro. It is.
Like we still I imagine we just combine this with everything else. So I know.
That's what you're supposed to do, because not on all trades. There you go. There you go.
This is sauce right here, man. Like God say, ask, and you shall receive. My G.
Box,
I
bro.
think I received too much for today.
Knowledge.
Until
There's never too much knowledge, bro. I
I
promise you. There's never too much
know.
knowledge.
I
All the
say
computers are free.
one on one better than when you actually sitting down in front of video.
Yeah, it's
You
true,
know.
because the person can actually target what you want what you want to understand. So one-on-one, that's how I'm saying I do the one-on-one sessions.
And when I realized something, I was like trying to understand the same thing that you showed me here with this thing, right?
Mm. So the reason why I'm kind of did want to show you like the major support and major resistance
Yeah.
is to go in the next topic, and the next topic is actually false breakout. So if you look sometimes, so if you look at that point at the top, you realize that that is actually a false breakout. And if you look from the left to the right, you realize that the market is actually trying to create a head and shoulder pattern as well. Yes,
Oh,
so yeah, 135 and the next 135. Maybe 134.
what the hell did
Yeah,
I
if you put
remember
it, you just need to have it in your mind that the pair move by every 100. Just need to have it in your mind. Say the market might remember in it, the market might go up and create mini structures and whatever. That no need to go up on your chart because you want to keep it clean. What you need to have on your chart is that where is price now, where is price going to. You see me? Is that a major resistance, a major support, whatever? That's all you need to know, so that you can know when to enter the trade. If price not in the middle, then you don't need to enter the trade. Wait until it reach to one of the major areas then. And as you can see, if you look on this, you realize say price reaching at the middle after the double there, and then come down and then break and go up high and then go shoot all the way up and then come back down. So just try and just keep your chart clean so you can actually see what price really are though. You see me? Once your chart clean like this, you're good, bro. I promise you.
Oh, I see what you're saying within here.
Yeah,
There.
right. That's so. Yeah, yeah. You see
Oh.
me? So,
I swear
so
that's about the false breakout thing.
fast breakout. That's the top part. That top part right there. Where you say the mountain and middle, where price shoot up past 140, 130 something. The price actually go to the next resistance
Oh,
area above 137,500. All right, put 140 on it. I'm gonna say put 140 on it.
on
Right
fast.
there, yeah. So the whole of that area there, you realize that some of that was actually a false breakout, but it may not be a false breakout because guess what? If you put on the chart 42 500, put 142 500. Boom. See? Price go all the way up to 142 500.
Shit, it's crazy. What's that? CJ still up on the line?
Him
CJ,
car drop, it look like him Wi-Fi drop, like a Wi-Fi down.
bro,
Eh,
sauce, brother.
yeah, bro.
Sauce, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, like once you master this, then you'll I promise you, man, your forex trading I get 100% better. Just practice support resistance, breakout entry, breakout exit, and all them thing, reversal, and all them stuff there. Once you master that, you're good. Cause even when the price start drop from 142 500, come back all the way down to 132 500, you realize that it break 130. What at 130? We can't even see 137 500. It did break 137 500,
Yeah, it
and
break
then
it
now
right
price
here.
go back up for retest it. You see me? So and oh yeah, I want to tell you one thing too. You see, anytime when price is dropping and it's going to break a level,
Yeah,
price always create a different candlestick. So if you look when you finish that, let me show you.
okay. I don't know.
If you look in the middle where 137 500 is when price did a drop, and you see
Mhm.
that white candlestick, not over there, so the left one.
Right here, sir. Oh, this
Um,
one?
wait, you
It's
have
a
your screen,
137.
your screen freeze. Hold on. Go
Oh,
ahead, do it again.
this
Do it
one.
again.
Eh?
To your left, you see which part when price so let's start from which part price touch 142 500. Price
One
touch
forty.
142 500.
Up here, sir. Up here, sir.
Yes. And then price drop to 137 500.
Okay. Which is 137, 500, which is here. Yeah.
Right. So
Fine.
when price drop, you realize that price created that white candlestick and then drop.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
what that means is price is creating a structure. So remember, this is a daily time frame, by the way. So
Yeah.
whenever you look on a daily time frame and see that the market is going down, and then price
Yeah.
create a green candlestick and then continue downward, best believe price is gonna come back that point. Now, why would you think price come back that point? You ever hear about supply and demand?
Yeah.
That's basically it. So anytime when price is dropping and create one different candlestick, and it's still and then it continue downward, best believe look for the retracement to go all the way back to that point. And if you draw your Fibonacci from the top of that wick from 140 to 500, go to the bottom of that bottom of the lowest point, yeah, right there, let it go. You're supposed to
You
see
know, I
say,
did I did this last night, you know.
yeah, you see say the Fibonacci retracement level up.
Stop playing! Stop
So
playing!
everything align up, bro. Every like you have so much confirmation. You have supply and demand. You have major resistance. You have price break, and I go come back to retest. What else? You have the retracement level on the Fibonacci. You have so much things to confirm that this is a perfect setup for you, bro. You see me? Yeah, it's a perfect setup for you. You get me? So
And this I got drop, you know.
yeah.
This I got drop right now. This I
So
drop.
and scroll it over now.
So,
Like draw the chart. Yeah. If you look on price, there's a possibility that price might actually go back up to 140 because price did touch 140 on the left side. So price can still go up to 140 and then come back down. Even if price go to 140, it still will be a bearish momentum because it's still creating a lower high. You see me?
yeah. And
Because
the
and
thing is
then
that
it will create a head and shoulder pattern as well.
and the thing is that within this area here,
Mhm.
within this area, like I would say from the 86, 88 to 62, like these are like institutional levels within
Yeah, banks
on the
love to
pip.
trade on them here then.
Oh my god. But this key level thing is
Yeah,
changing
bro.
game.
It's a game changer, bro. Ever since I learned it, bro, I tell you, my whole life changed. Pips just get better. Everything just get
Pips,
better. Yeah,
pips, pips,
pips from
pips,
pips from
pips.
pips.
Oh my god. This is
hmm
cool. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time today, bro. I
No,
hope I
oh,
didn't
me
take up-
good man. Right now, we my pound delivery come deliver my KFC. So, bro, it's never take up time. Cause
Goals
like I
right
said,
now.
yeah. So, like me say, but no worry yourself, my tell you, you see, once you study this and whatever, and you apply that same patience, wait and see what price are gonna do first before you
Yeah.
enter the trade, then you will be a better trader. So for me right now, price look like it will go up. So for me next week, me I buy GBP JPY. Why you think me would I buy GBP JPY? Let me see if
Nobody,
you yeah, why you think me would I buy it?
I think you would have buy it.
Yeah. Based on the price action that's going on right here at 137,500. Why would you buy it instead of sell it?
Can I buy it instead of sell it?
Yeah, because you think sell it here, right?
Yeah, it even sell up here.
So why you think me would I buy it instead of sell it? More see if I bring a thing. Look at the chart. Look at the chart. Look at the previous levels. Look what price do at the previous levels. Look at how the candlesticks stay. Look at all of them things there. Tell me why you think me would have buy the pair.
Can I buy it here?
Yes, sir.
Nuts. Shit. Well, I find myself here. I look for now. There, I look for now.
Don't try and confuse yourself. Don't think about
Key level. Well, for
don't
now,
think
key level.
all. All right. So one thing more you look on two things. To clear
Wait, not
everything
tell me
else
that
in your
yet. Not tell me
mind.
that yet.
All right, cool.
Hold
All
on.
right, I'm a lie down. Cool.
All right. Um, for one, I can see that there is a head and shoulder pattern. I'm gonna know, right?
Mhm.
Right. I can see that there is one here. Can see the shoulder right there. So cool. I went up and it came back down here. But the thing is that is it a possibility that it would Hold on. Alright, come like that, right? Is there a possibility that you're looking out for a test of the neckline? I don't know, due to the fact that it's not breaking this area here for it to shoot up.
There you go. That's one
That
of that. Yeah,
that's
that's
one of
one of
it. Okay.
that's one of
Alright,
it.
let's see what else I have in mind here. After I'm just finishing this route this here. Okay. Alright, cool. So I have that one thing in mind. Um you said something earlier about looking to the left, right? Now looking to the left, knowing that this key level is an area within itself, right? It's not really a fine line. We see that there has been a rejection here, if I'm correct, here for this area, for this right here, so for right here, so we retested the area. So could it also be a possibility that it could come within? You're waiting for it to come here and then um buy up?
That's
Possibly. I don't know. Looking at that too.
mhm. And then
Um,
the third reason why would I buy is so that's two
oh,
reasons why you
that's
actually.
two. Oh, okay. All right. And
The
all right.
last
Let's.
reason on a wider time frame, like zoom
Uh,
out and look from left to right again, you realize another thing that happened.
all right. Um, and a wider thing. Um, let me see.
If me I buy it, before you go this, if me I buy it, where would
Yeah.
my take profit be if me I buy
If
it?
it, your take profit be,
Yeah, which part would I set my take profit to? If me I buy it, where would my entry be and my take profit?
my foot on spot again. All right. Your entry. All right. I would look at the entry at the 135 key level.
Go to
There
paper.
because the thing is that it's already in between the levels and it's already coming from one direction already. So the only logical thing is to wait on price to touch within here, right?
Right, right.
Otherwise from that, if it is that I'm going to buy here, I would say like my first take profit will be um back to the 137 or
So that would be TP1, and then
yeah or
TP2 would
to
be
maybe probably 140.
yeah. There you go. Good job.
Stop playing with me. Stop
I'm
playing.
se- I'm serious. Good job.
Oh my god. But you said to like before that, you said I have answered the question. You said look
Yeah,
out wider,
yeah.
right?
You're supposed to look for. All right. So there's one major thing that happens.
Wait, hold on, stop, don't say nothing.
No, I'm not gonna tell you, but as I
Oh,
said, there's one major thing that price always do when it reaches to a major area.
creates channels, I don't know. Like cause I've seen this something here. Like I'm looking at a channel. I
What's
don't
your
know.
name? Alex.
Like,
I have ABC.
oh, alright, what a fault. What I know. What a fault of this one, bro. What I know.
No, don't tap out, bro. Just try and figure it out. So here's the question again.
Yeah.
When price reaches a major area,
Mm-hmm.
for you to confirm that it is actually a reversal, what would you look for? When price reach an area, we would have what signal you look for reversal? Not just the candle itself, but what kind of movement you want to look for or you want to see when price reaches a major area. What do you want to see?
I would look for an impulse movement.
There you go. Jesus, please, man. Not that
But I
hard.
still don't get it though. I still don't
Alright,
get it.
look at 140. Look at when price reached 142,500. Look at the candlesticks. It dropped hard because there was a lot of sell pressure. Look at the other side when price reaches at 140. Price dropped hard to 132,500 to gain some momentum and then shoot go up to 142,500. Then shoot come back down. So when price reaches at a major area, you want to see a strong rejection of that price. If the rejection isn't strong and it start consolidate at the area, chances are that price might break the area or price might reject. But if it rejects, you want to see a strong movement to the downside or the upside whenever you enter on trade. So if you zoom in and look at where price is currently, if you
Yeah.
look at the candlesticks, you realize there's not much bearish momentum to push the chart to push down. It doesn't look like a strong a continuation to the downside. It look like the market still want to go higher. Even though there's still a lot of sell pressure, the market still want to go higher to another area. So that's why I would buy this pair because I'm not seeing a big long candlestick like when price
Over
break
here.
140. Yeah, that one there. Price break 140 and shoot go all the way down. You want to see those big candlesticks whenever price is rejecting an area. Once price reject an area like that, then you can know that it's a strong reversal. So now when you say price a consolidate another little area and I create a little mini head and shoulder pattern, what I would do is to wait until price reaches to the neckline of the right side of the shoulder, which is the which is the 135 area, and then go long to either 137,500 or TP to 140. You see me? When it reach 140 now, it will actually create the right side of the bigger head and shoulder pattern where you know show me yet. You get me? So there's a bigger head and shoulder pattern that is actually on the chart. So
What?
right there, when price impulse go all the way up to 140, then come down to 132,500, then shoot up to 142,500. The shoot up to 142,500, come back down. That is the head, and the impulse on your left hand side is the left shoulder. And price can go all the way back up to the 140 to create the right shoulder. I don't know if you see it on your side. You see it? I want I want me show you.
Oh, yeah, double nice. Let me see. Double nice.
Then I
Alright,
can
hold
see
on,
you
hold
too
on,
live.
hold on, hold on, hold
Show
on.
me.
Bro, I mean, you talk to them, bro. So basically, even though you're seeing this rejection, it's like along here, the neckline. Hold on, stop, don't say nothing. Alright, let me just draw the trend line on it. Bum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bum,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then bum,
Mm-hmm.
right? What is this? Wait, oh.
The pattern doesn't the pattern doesn't have to look symmetrical. You just need to there you
Uh,
go. There you go.
stop
So
playing with me.
even though the price still even though the price there 137,500, the price can still chop it and go up and create the right side of the shoulder. That's what I'm trying to say. So it not because it look like it's a chop right now, it just not have enough momentum. But remember, like I'm tell you say, whenever
And it,
price break a key area, it always, no matter how much days it take, it always I go try and go back. So as you can see, the left side reach to 140, and then it go up to 142, 500, and then price break come all the way down. It not retest 140 yet. It break 140, which is a major area. So now it a try break 135 to go 140. So that's why it still not finish create the right side of the shoulders yet. You see me? Then when it create the right side of the shoulder, it gonna break the bottom of the trend line which you draw and go all the way down. You see me? Unless it doesn't and go all the way back up. You see me? But that's why me I buy next week.
hold on there. And you can see the yeah, I can see realize here it's kind of forming like a little consolidation kind of accumulation phase. If you realize too, because that could be like you if you realize like in here, this is cool as frick. In here, like to support your evidence too, like they could just amassing orders to just
Yeah, grab liquidity. Yeah.
you know
So you have to know the term
to
when it
just
get
push
bigger.
it up.
Say yeah. So the market is trying to grab some liquidity to continue on the upside.
I get you, bro. I see it. It's bad, brother. I'm not gonna lie, this bad. This bad. This bad. Yo, Alex, I'm gonna pause it for now. I'm gonna pause this for now.